All right, well, we're talking about the dinner program in this video, and really this program is big enough by itself to generate most of the new patients you need, depending on the size of the city that you live in. And I certainly know of people in the country that this is pretty much all they do for new patients, and they have some of the biggest offices in the world. So it's such a good way to reach out to your community, but the issue with the dinner talk is that it's very complex. It looks kind of simple on the outside, but it's actually quite complicated, and if you miss even a slight detail in it, it will probably fail for you, and you'll say it doesn't work, but it does, just missing something. So I'm going to try to give you the details as much as I can of how we did it. I know for sure that we were not the best in the world of doing this program. There are a few people out there that are pretty awesome at this, and I hope at some point, if they see these videos, that they'll offer some advice of their own on this. But some of those people sell their own programs and things, so they may not. But in any case, I know that this worked pretty well for us, and I'll share at least with you what we did. So the big thing to start with the dinner program is that you have to generate leads, and you have to generate a lot of leads. You're going to need probably 1,000. So, and they're not going to come from your patients in the office. You could get some from that, and there are ways to do small dinner things where it's kind of like, there's a way to do dinners where you could have, your best patients come and bring a referral with, and you do this small intimate dinner somewhere. That works pretty well, but it's pretty small, and it's not something you're gonna, have hundreds of new patients coming in from. So the way we did dinners was a little bit different. And so I know on the site here there's a picture of the lead collector that we used to use, and it's not the one we used to use. There's a poster in it that's different, but we made a poster and put it in it. So the lead collector was huge, though. It's a bit like when you're in a grocery store and they're like giving away a go-kart or something. I know when I was a kid, I would be giving these go-karts away, and I was wanting to win one, and there's these big giant lead collectors they'd have sitting in front. It's like that. That's how big it is. And it's a little bit spendy from the company that you get it from, and I know that there's information about where that is that we don't get any benefit from, but people ask us, so that's where we got it from. And to my knowledge, they're about the only place that makes this thing that I've ever found. So when we would go out and do a screening somewhere, I would ask the person that was running the event if we could put our lead collector out in the crowd somewhere. Sometimes they'd let us do it for free. Sometimes we had to pay extra for it. Even if you have to pay a little extra for it, it was worth it. When we put that big thing out there, we'd have this big poster in it that talked about coming in for a free dinner, and I'm pretty sure we have a picture of that on the website as well for you, what we put in there. We would get literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads in a day when we would have that lead collector out. Every event's different. Sometimes we didn't get as many as others, but especially when it was like a health event or a ladies' day of some kind, and we would put that thing out, there would be crowds around it just filling out the little slips to get a chance to win the free dinner. So that's where you have to start. Once you have all the leads, once you've collected a lot of leads, then you can start making calls on those leads. So in that part of the project, I'm going to actually save that for the next video, because that part is a little bit complex, and there's some things to really watch out for there. So catch me in the next video. I'll be talking about how to do the calls for the leads in that one.